Hi.
Tay and Panda, mom and son, looking at some stuff today.
What is the podcast about?
So a few episodes back, or maybe months or years, I don't remember. We did a video on Nola.
It's been a while. We took a little break.
Okay.
We took a little break. We, said we don't got nothing to say. We're not going to say nothing.
That's one of the things I'm gonna make a list about. You told me to the other day.
Okay.
The interruption.
Okay, all right. Interruptions, check.
Nola became a Christian. She's a former OF porn star.
Corn! You gotta say corn!
Corn star.
Oh, see, rewind.
We got her boyfriend here. Him and Andrew Wilson are going back and forth.
You're slipping.
I thought it was pretty funny. Mom hasn't seen any of it. She knows Nola from the last episode.
Oh, yeah, I know her. Not like we didn't. Yeah, I know her.
But I normally like Andrew Wilson and most of his takes. I think he was a little hostile, a little bit too much in this one.
A lot of can we call him religious leader?
He's Orthodox, which is
He's
ancient.
Orthodox, and so we can.
The Orthodox say they are the first church, and then the Catholics will say the original first church with the apostolic succession.
I don't know what any of that means.
But we'll get into it. We'll pause it whenever you want to pause it. Just let me know. Anything else you want to? Any announcements?
No. Let's just go.
All right. So Andrew here, Nala's boyfriend here.
Where?
Nola. This is Nola, the OF girl.
Right.
Former boyfriend here. Andrew.
All right.
What conviction is, because it goes more than just, I feel bad about that. Like it's hard for you to eat, it's hard for you to sleep, and you're constantly thinking about it because God's putting it on your heart. Just like you, if you had a strong relationship with God, He would be convicting you about how much you swear, where you do have the title as a Christian, because every single day.
Called me a pussy,
and she.
Pause. We have to warn you. There is some.
Yes, there's bad language.
Some language.
This is a Christian channel. We try to limit that. We don't personally do it.
No, yes, we do. That's a lie.
On here, we don't personally do it on here on purpose. But there is. Okay.
Okay.
That's crazy, because I can't believe you talk to women like that. But like,
hang on. Your wife called me a pussy, and it's incorrect for me to call her a bitch back.
No, it's incorrect.
I watched it at work one day.
Podcast?
And apparently she called him the P word, and then he called her the B word back. That's not how Christians act. You shouldn't act like that. You need to tame the tongue.
Well, but I want to say, it's, you can, okay. All right, go ahead.
Correct for both of you.
Oh, okay, but only I need the correction, right, sir?
Well, you are the man. And you are supposed to.
Oh, I see.
You are supposed to talk to a woman with respect.
Are Christian women supposed to be calling other Christian men pussy?
Definitely not. Definitely not.
Oh, okay.
So all night when you've been throwing the F word around, that was okay?
Hang on, just to make sure I got this right. When there's a provocation my way, the correction must come to me, never to your wife?
Well, I'm speaking to you man to man, and I'll speak with you after.
And I'm speaking to you man to man. You need to correct your fucking wife's attitude.
Well, watch your language again. If you are Christian,
is this the Orthodox guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
This isn't like
his usual behavior. I get it.
No, I'm not saying that. This isn't a representation of the Orthodox Church. This is just one specific person.
He's representing the Orthodox Church, though.
No, he just happens to be Orthodox. He's not a representation of the Orthodox Church. I'm pretty sure 99% do not talk like this. He said, correct your F-wife.
Yeah, what a potty mouth. Nuts, right? Nuts.
She just called her
bonkers.
That's bonkers.
She called her a bitch back.
Well, you've been calling her names all night. You called her a whore earlier. You called her a whore.
The most swears I've heard tonight have been from you.
Former liar, right?
The most swears I've heard tonight have been from you, not anyone else here.
Oh no, I said the word fuck. Oh my god.
Are you a Christian?
Oh my god, look, then he said, oh my gee.
Perverse language. Perverse language.
Look it up.
And what is perverse language?
Profanity.
No, that's not.
and
what-
speaking
okay.
like a sexualized language.
Okay, so do you realize that all forms of what you consider to be cussing are cultural? They're cultural.
I believe that.
Fuck or shit or damn or things like that. This is not an affront.
But you're
That's-
you're representing
I'm
God.
trying to explain to you this concept. Let me start with the explanation, then you can make the argument. That's fair, yeah?
Go for it.
Okay. So we start with this, okay? Let us assume for a moment that you did not know what any of these words meant. Shit, damn, fuck, any of that, right? And I said to you, hand me that
I wish I
fucking
knew how to
wrench.
bleep it out.
And you handed me that fucking wrench.
We could.
Okay? Who have I affronted here?
Did he mean to say
I would say the
offended?
biggest thing because of my
Affronted, that's
military
another word.
background, I'm used to being around a lot of people that swear, because a lot of the people who do join the military are one.
I
you have
think
your
people that
patriots,
swear a
you know,
lot
the good old-
are kind of ignorant.
Okay, we're gonna jump around a little bit. The swearing part wasn't a huge thing I wanted to get into.
Well, I don't think that means that he's less than or more than a Christian if he swears. I more believe now today that swearing is like something different. Go ahead.
Meant. Okay, they understood what
He looks
wrench
like Larry
meant,
T.
and hand and me. And he's
Our
That
body.
me.
We're a spirit.
Is it Larry T?
Okay, so I
don't know who that is.
Yeah, you do. He was the preacher at Water's Edge.
Before I was saved, yes.
Oh man,
Okay.
see, I can't even let my kids hear this.
You said, "Hey, fuckhead, how you doing?" And you're joking around with your friend, let's say, right? Who have you affronted then? How could you have affronted their spirit when you don't even mean it in a course?
Oh, hey, I do want to say something. Do you want to keep on and I'll try to remember it?
What is it?
Okay. This is why you should not curse. This is what I heard. I can't.
Oh, I remember.
I can't take credit for it, but I will repeat it because it was. I think it was meant for me to hear. So you know when. Now again, I don't know all the words, so don't like message us saying how retarded I sound because I know already. So when Peter denied Jesus, I think the third time, give or take, he said a cuss word. And when he denied Jesus, he used the cuss word, and that was to separate himself from Jesus. So when we cuss, that is separating ourselves from Jesus. And I mean, I could see that.
That's good.
Yeah.
So on the third time, like when the rooster crowed, it was the third time that he cursed.
I don't
said
know.
a curse.
I don't know about the rooster. Was there a rooster?
Yeah, in the story. I think it was like
perverse has a meaning, and perverse is to be.
We'll have to
or
bring that
have
up later.
perversion. So the idea here is that you are perverting something as an affront to a thing. This is what
That's
you're
what I
talking
like
about
for
is
our channel to be
cultural
about.
relativism.
When I
Let me
have
give you an
like
example of what I
that.
mean.
When I have that, then you bring
So
it
you follow
up.
the Ten Commandments, right?
Yep.
Okay. Honor thy
Not
mother
now.
and father, right? Do you agree with me that the way that you would do that in Japan when you walked into your house and took off your shoes and bowed would be different than how you do that in the United States?
Mhm.
Okay, so then we're adhering to the same principle, but the way in which we get to that principle
He's
is gonna be different
filibustering.
in a culture, right?
Yep.
He's ignorant.
Okay, so then if it's completely in front of you, would you act differently?
The Holy Spirit's around us right now.
And would you give it exactly the creed in which it deserves?
Did you hear that, Andrew?
The Holy
You should
Spirit
listen.
is around us right now.
Bro, let me finish the argument and then counter.
He won't hear nothing. See,
How do you know?
It's you trying to justify your sin.
How do you know you haven't made? I haven't made the argument.
You don't need to make an argument. I already know what you're trying to do. You're trying to justify your
You
sin.
won't let me make the argument.
You're trying to justify your
at
sin.
this point, he should just stop
The
talking.
argument.
Make your argument. But I'm
You
going to say
spit
the
in
same
my
thing.
ear.
You're still
Sorry?
trying to justify your sin.
No, okay. Well, my argument then is that you have no justification whatsoever for making the justification.
I don't
for what
like
sin even
this
is. Go ahead
Orthodox
and Tell me what sin is. Let me give you an example. Is it okay for me to lie?
Tay, he's almost like that other guy that you liked that was so what's the word I can say without cursing? Well, I don't know if I can. Tate?
Oh, I don't watch him.
I know, not anymore, but he was like a kind of a biggest and
A biggest?
he was the big, like, yeah.
What do you mean?
A biggest as
That's
in,
not. Are you trying to say a bigot or a misogynist?
just play the,
Gonna die if I don't lie?
Let me rephrase that. Do you
No,
think
no,
do you
answer my
think do you think
question.
Jesus
Stop
was
pivoting.
cussing?
Stop pivoting.
Do you think
Answer my
Jesus was
question.
cussing?
Answer my question. Is it okay for me to lie
Yeah, I could
in order to
see.
save the life of somebody with the lie?
No.
No. Okay. Is it okay for me to say a swear word to save a 9-year-old?
It wouldn't ever.
No.
So it doesn't matter.
No, it's not okay. So
I mean,
if
yes. I mean, if you think about it, like no, but yes, as in the fact that it's easier to like lie or swear to save a 9-year-old. The 9-year-old's life matters 100%.
So then to ask you this directly, if you could say the word fuck and it saved a 9-year-old from having cancer, would you say the word fuck?
he's immature.
That's a tough
Are
question.
you justifying?
Yeah, you're still trying to
saying-
justify
You're
it.
It's a very weird hypothetical.
I think that he was right. Who's the boyfriend? What's the boyfriend's name?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't like him either.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, he's better than this guy. I feel like this
Yeah.
guy just wants to argue.
And do you live in?
Do you know what logic
America.
is?
See, here we go again.
Yes, sir.
Here we go again.
Real quick, there's only 3. Can you tell me the 3 laws of logic?
Oh, telling me because you're the one asking.
Why would I need to tell you if I'm asking you?
Just tell me. Three laws of logic.
That's my question.
3 laws of
No,
logic.
or
It's
you don't,
logic.
Andrew.
You say no, you don't know. You just say no, you don't know. It's okay.
I don't know, but logic. It is what it is. That's what it is.
Yeah, what is it?
Whatever it is.
And
You
we
don't know what logic
we can
is?
definitely have a better podcast.
Because the third law of logic, the law of non-contradiction, right? So all I'm asking you to do is engage in a hypothetical, and then I could map that hypothetical onto your logical brain to see if it's consistent with your position on what Christianity is or is not, so we can determine that it's logical.
So is
What
Orthodox
does that have to do with you swearing? I feel like I'm talking to Chat GPT.
is Orthodox?
Just stop.
There's
swearing
like
as much. You
a
represent
Christian,
God.
Bro,
and then there's an Orthodox.
No, Christians are Orthodox is Christian.
Oh,
Like
okay.
Catholic is Christian. It's
Okay.
just a different denomination.
Okay.
Swear in front of God, the Holy Spirit is still around us. So why are you swearing and trying to justify it? Doesn't make sense to me.
Would you have sex with your wife in front of God?
We do.
Yeah,
Because the
In our
Holy
house.
Spirit
Sex
is.
with your wife in front of God?
in our house, the Holy Spirit.
God likes that. God thinks it's beautiful.
Part of Christ.
Do you not have the Holy Spirit? I mean, it shows.
It shows. It really does.
Okay,
I didn't know.
all right.
Is he a voyeur, or I didn't know he was into that?
He watches sometimes.
Like,
Well,
sorry,
the Holy
that was-
Spirit is promised to us.
Yeah.
That's why Jesus went up.
like voyeurism.
The Holy Spirit came down to us.
All right, who is them over there?
He's he runs the show, and they're just randoms.
Okay.
Okay, so
If you
anyway,
want to perverse it, you can perverse it.
just gonna-
I think he's trying to slap back.
One more time. And I would just like an actual answer to the
And
question.
just want something to say.
If you can, now, here's the thing. If you can point out where there's some type of contradiction or some type of logical failure or something like that, then sure, I'll grant those things as being fallacious. But I would like to just ask the question again. If you said the word fuck and it were to cure a 9-year-old's cancer, would you say it?
It's just a crazy.
That's not a real question, though. That's not gonna
Give
get
me a logic. You love logic, so give me a logical
Wait, just to
question.
move things
Yeah, I know what you're
Can you
saying.
answer the question? Just come on. Just
He's
answer the
just
question.
Hypothetical.
Just
Yeah.
yes or no. He's trying to test your ability to use logic. He's trying to test your position.
Do I follow God? Yes.
Well, you got to answer his question. Just
No,
Do
the
I follow
9-year-old
God?
question.
Yes.
Just yes or
The
no.
9-year-old boy, if I had to swear, no. Because I took a vow towards God, not to that boy. There's a reason that boy has cancer. Probably it's the U.S. government, but it is what it is at this point. But there's a reason that God allowed that cancer to happen. That was part of God's plan.
What if God's testing you?
So then, if that is the case, that's
having you say that word.
God
God
wouldn't test me. God wouldn't say, you need to say this swear to save
Isn't
this
God
person.
always testing
Bro,
people?
if that was part
Yes
of
and
God's
no.
plan,
God
Yes
does
and no.
not
That was-
test you.
That's Satan. I think she's talking about, right?
Take the kid to a doctor.
What?
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 Why, if that was,
Well,
if the cancer was part of God's plan, would you take the kid to a doctor to have the cancer removed?
You never asked if you would
Yeah.
take the kid to a doctor. You asked if you would swear to save the kid's life.
I'm looking
I
for
can't.
logical
Talking about-
consistency.
That's the
There
dumbest
is no
logical
logical
consistency I've heard out of your mouth.
Wait, can you just answer his
You know
question?
what?
Good
Can we
answer.
move on?
Normally, when I'm sitting in a circle full of people and they sound like this, I'm in a room full of fellow addicts, and it makes sense. But they don't have no excuse. They're not on drugs, and they sound like this.
He said no.
Okay.
Yeah, he said no.
Wait,
He
so-
wouldn't.
Andrew,
Down
don't you have to
syndrome
go to
talking to this
bed? Don't you have to go to bed or something?
Is it night time?
Bye bye.
See the bags on your eyes, looking like a raccoon.
Go get
Wait,
your Jim's
Good
on.
night.
You would also have bags under your eyes. If you
Oh, I
talk to
know.
people who are as stupid as you all day.
Oh.
You would also have bags under your eyes.
Oh,
Slap back.
oh, Andrew.
have-
So glad I urban
Andrew,
dictioned
I
that.
need a cigarette so
We need
bad.
Jesus, man.
Wait, sorry, Andrew.
Well, I mean, but hang on. Is
Hold on, guys, hold on.
part of God's ontology logic?
Hold on.
What?
Sorry, go ahead, Andrew. Go
So
ahead.
we have
Ontology
human
logic.
logic and then your logic, where the logic is
What is the distinction between human logic and God's logic?
Okay, so you have God, where He can do things that we as humans can't do. You know, like
What?
create things.
Can he do something which is a contradiction?
No.
Like,
No,
can
God does not
make a rock
contradict
No.
himself.
This isn't
God does
teaching
not
me
contradict
much.
Can God make a rock that's too big for him to lift?
No.
No.
If we didn't have time to watch the full 6 hours.
Oh no, we're not gonna.
For him.
'Cause I feel like this is a waste, and
I just
it
said
makes
no.
Christianity
He
look
can't make a rock too big for him to lift.
real.
Okay, so then he has to have a nature, and he's confined by his nature.
He's not confined in any manner. You're confining
You
him.
put him, you're
I
putting
feel like
God
me
in a
watching
box,
this
dude.
is making me stupider.
Okay, so anyway, if God's omnipotent, he should be able to make a rock that is so heavy he himself cannot lift it. If God cannot make a rock that is so heavy that he himself cannot lift it, then that means that he must have a nature which would confine him from making a rock so heavy. He
Oh,
cannot
so
lift
now
it.
God is
That means
got a
that
back
he's
problem.
He's confined to the idea that there cannot be a contradiction.
But by
that
your
would be the
standards-
only way. Stop, Nola, for a second. That would be the only way he could not be confined, right, to a nature which was
I have a
contradictory,
feeling
therefore could not
I
exist.
have
That's the only way that could
family
be
members,
possible.
nephews.
In
that
your
are
mind,
gonna
and what
be
you're
like
saying,
this.
God is limited. That is what you're saying.
You're putting God in a box.
I'm
God.
saying God has a nature.
Well, if he can make anything he wants.
You literally agree with me. Can God make a God more powerful than him?
Can what?
Can God?
Our
make a
God's a
more
jealous
powerful than
God,
him?
yes.
Let's facilitate the debate just so I
Yes.
can, it is getting a little late here, Andrew.
It is way too late.
It's very late.
We
He's
have
on the
an
East
early
Coast.
flight,
Or,
bro.
well, he's on. He's 3 hours ahead.
I think
Y'all,
he's
we
on
gotta
something.
go. We
He's
gotta
on
go.
something.
Let's wrap this up.
We're gonna. Andrew, I don't know if you want to stay for the roast session. If you got to take off.
No, I gotta go.
He's already been roasting us all night.
All right, Andrew. Well, Andrew, thank you for coming.
His name's Andrew.
Good night, guys. It was nice to meet all of you. It was a true pleasure. I take nothing personally. I understand that our job is to explore ideas and to dive into various different things and different points of views. I just never take any of this stuff personally. But anyway, have a wonderful evening.
So that was that. I thought it was interesting, so I pulled it up.
No, I mean that was good. I'm glad that you showed that to me. It's kind of like it makes me feel smart. I'm like,
What makes you feel smart?
it makes me
Listening
feel
to the-
yeah, because we sound way more educated than that, and they're supposed to be how many,
Well, I see what he was doing. He was trying to test logic, but the logic was like, would you say a curse word to save a kid from cancer? It was just a weird.
I mean, he literally could have said anything else besides what he was saying, and then after that, he just kept on and on.
But then the other guy never answered. Like, he wouldn't answer either. So it's kind of like they just went.
Well,
back
no,
and
he
forth.
did. He said no, I wouldn't. He said no,
Yeah,
I
at the
wouldn't.
end. I don't
So I am so glad to be back up here, and we are going to. So I think we had 3 followers last year. Let's just keep that. What?
What?
I said I think we had 3 followers last year.
Oh, I kept track of it.
Yeah. Okay.
It wasn't 3.
But my point is.
You mean 3 more or total?
We need to get some more followers so that we can go live.
You got anything else?
Nope.